Grapes may seem like a harmless snack, but for seniors, they can be one of the worst fruits when it comes to preserving leg strength and overall muscle health. While grapes are rich in antioxidants and vitamin C, they are also extremely high in natural sugars and have a high glycemic index, GI. This means they cause rapid spikes in blood sugar, which can lead to insulin resistance, energy crashes, and increased inflammation over time. When blood sugar spikes and crashes repeatedly, the body experiences chronic fatigue, muscle soreness, and impaired recovery after physical activity. For seniors, this becomes especially problematic as muscle mass naturally declines with age. Grapes, despite their benefits, lack the fiber needed to slow down sugar absorption, making their impact on blood glucose levels even more dramatic. Consider the case of Samuel, a 68-year-old retired construction worker from Arizona. Samuel enjoyed eating grapes daily, believing they were a healthy choice. But over time, he began to notice increased muscle soreness after his morning walks and a general feeling of weakness in his legs. After consulting with a nutritionist, he realized the grapes were contributing to blood sugar imbalances and muscle fatigue. He replaced them with apples and berries, which are lower on the glycemic index and higher in fiber. Within weeks, he reported more stable energy, better recovery, and reduced leg soreness. For seniors aiming to maintain muscle strength and prevent inflammation, grapes should be consumed with caution or avoided altogether. Opting for low GI fruits like blueberries, apples, and pears can support steady energy, reduce inflammation, and protect aging muscles more effectively. Grapes are often seen as a healthy snack due to their antioxidants and hydration benefits. However, for seniors, grapes can silently contribute to muscle weakness, joint discomfort, and poor circulation, especially in the legs. The main concern lies in their high sugar content and glycemic index, GI. Grapes are rapidly digested, causing sudden spikes in blood sugar levels. This is particularly harmful for older adults who may already be struggling with insulin sensitivity or prediabetes. Blood sugar spikes followed by quick drops can lead to energy crashes, muscle fatigue, and delayed recovery after simple activities like walking. Additionally, elevated blood sugar levels can promote systemic inflammation, a key driver of joint pain and muscle loss in aging adults. Grapes also lack sufficient fiber to slow sugar absorption, which intensifies their impact on the body's energy balance. Take the case of Sam, a 68-year-old retiree from Arizona. Sam used to snack on grapes throughout the day, unaware of their impact. Over time, he began to feel more tired, experienced leg soreness, and noticed slower recovery from walks. After consulting with a dietitian, he eliminated grapes from his daily diet and replaced them with low GI fruits such as apples, pears, and berries. Within weeks, his energy improved, and muscle discomfort decreased significantly. For seniors aiming to preserve leg strength and joint health, grapes may not be the best option. Choose fiber-rich, low-sugar fruits to support steady energy and strong muscles. Mangoes are often celebrated for their sweet taste and vitamin-rich profile. But for seniors, they may not be the best choice, especially when it comes to maintaining leg strength and muscle recovery. Despite being a natural fruit, mangoes are extremely high in natural sugars and have a high glycemic index, GI. This combination can cause rapid spikes in blood glucose levels, followed by sudden energy drops, leaving older adults feeling fatigued and sluggish. Frequent blood sugar fluctuations not only drain energy but also promote inflammation, a key contributor to muscle soreness and delayed recovery. For seniors, this can translate to increased muscle fatigue, weaker legs, and reduced motivation to stay physically active. Additionally, chronic inflammation is linked to slower healing, joint stiffness, and higher risk of age-related muscle loss. Take the example of Evie, a 72-year-old retired teacher from North Carolina. Evie enjoyed eating mangoes regularly, especially during summer. However, she began experiencing leg weakness and increased fatigue after her daily walks. After reviewing her diet with her physician, she was advised to reduce her mango intake and switch to lower sugar fruits such as strawberries, apples, and plums. Within a few weeks, she noticed improved energy, reduced muscle soreness, and better stamina. For seniors looking to maintain strong muscles and stable energy, mangoes should be eaten cautiously or avoided. Choose lower GI fruits with fiber and antioxidants to support recovery and reduce inflammation naturally. Bananas are one of the most commonly consumed fruits due to their convenience, potassium content, and natural sweetness. However, for seniors aiming to maintain stable energy and leg strength, bananas may pose more risks than benefits, especially when consumed in large quantities. Bananas have a high glycemic index, GI, which means they can cause rapid blood sugar spikes followed by sudden drops. These fluctuations can lead to energy crashes, muscle fatigue, and impaired physical performance. Frequent consumption of high GI fruits like bananas can also contribute to chronic low-grade inflammation in the body. Over time, this inflammation can damage joints, reduce muscle recovery efficiency, and accelerate the natural decline in muscle mass that occurs with aging. While the potassium in bananas supports nerve and muscle function, the sugar load can outweigh the benefits for many older adults. Consider Maggie, a 70-year-old retired librarian from Missouri. Maggie loved grabbing a banana as a quick snack before her walks. But she noticed growing fatigue, leg soreness, and reduced stamina over time. After discussing her symptoms with a healthcare provider, she learned that bananas were likely contributing to her energy crashes and inflammation. She replaced them with lower GI fruits like apples, pears, and strawberries. The change brought her more stable energy and noticeable improvements in muscle recovery. For seniors, moderation is key. Replacing bananas with fiber-rich, low-sugar fruits can help support long-term muscle strength, reduce inflammation, and sustain energy throughout the day. Pineapples are often praised for their high vitamin C content and the enzyme bromelain, known for its potential anti-inflammatory effects. However, for seniors, the high natural sugar content and glycemic index, GI, of pineapples can outweigh their benefits, especially when consumed regularly. Despite bromelain's anti-inflammatory properties, the rapid sugar absorption can trigger blood sugar spikes and promote inflammation in the muscles and joints. For older adults dealing with arthritis, joint stiffness, or muscle soreness, pineapple may quietly exacerbate these conditions. Elevated blood sugar levels not only reduce energy but also contribute to chronic inflammation, a key factor in weakened joints and slower muscle recovery. Additionally, because pineapples have low fiber, the sugars are absorbed quickly, making their impact on blood sugar more severe. Rick, a 74-year-old retired engineer from Florida, experienced this firsthand. He enjoyed eating pineapple daily, believing it was helping his health. But over time, he began to notice increased knee pain and leg stiffness after his morning walks. After reviewing his diet with a health specialist, Rick realized that pineapples might be contributing to his symptoms. He replaced them with low GI fruits like blueberries, apples, and pears, fruits rich in fiber and antioxidants. Within a few weeks, Rick reported less joint pain and better muscle flexibility. For seniors managing joint health and muscle strength, pineapples should be consumed sparingly. Opting for lower sugar, fiber-rich fruits can better support mobility, reduce inflammation, and maintain stable energy levels. Watermelon is often seen as the perfect summer fruit, hydrating, refreshing, and rich in vitamin C. However, for seniors, especially those aiming to preserve muscle strength and energy, watermelon may not be as innocent as it seems. Despite its water content, watermelon has a high glycemic index, GI, and is loaded with fructose, a type of natural sugar that is rapidly absorbed into the bloodstream. This quick sugar absorption can cause blood glucose spikes, followed by sharp crashes. These fluctuations strain the body's energy systems, often resulting in fatigue, muscle weakness, and slower recovery, particularly in the legs. Moreover, high sugar intake is closely linked to increased systemic inflammation, which can worsen joint stiffness and promote muscle soreness over time. Gordy, a 70-year-old retired teacher from Seattle, loved eating chilled watermelon during warm afternoons. But over time, he began experiencing unexplained fatigue and sore legs after light walks. After speaking with his doctor, Gordy learned that the fructose in watermelon was likely contributing to his energy crashes and inflammation. He replaced watermelon with plums, blueberries, and apples, fruits that are lower in sugar and rich in fiber. Within weeks, he noticed improved energy, reduced soreness, and more consistent stamina. While watermelon can be enjoyed occasionally, seniors should be cautious with its sugar load. Replacing it with low GI, antioxidant-rich fruits helps maintain steady energy, reduce inflammation, and support muscle strength in aging adults. Canned fruits in syrup may seem convenient and tasty, but for seniors, they can pose a serious threat to muscle and joint health. These products are often soaked in thick, sugary syrup that dramatically increases their sugar content. In many cases, even naturally low-sugar fruits like peaches or pears become high glycemic once packed in syrup. Additionally, canned fruits often contain preservatives and additives that can further irritate the body's systems. The excess sugar and chemicals can trigger chronic inflammation, a key contributor to joint pain, muscle fatigue, and poor circulation. For aging adults, This means more stiffness, reduced strength in the legs, and slower recovery after physical activity. Regular consumption can also lead to blood sugar spikes and energy crashes, making it harder to stay active and maintain muscle mass. Pat, a 73-year-old retired office manager from Sacramento, often grabbed canned fruit cups as a quick snack. She believed they were a healthy choice until she began experiencing increased joint pain and muscle tiredness after daily walks. After reviewing her diet with a nutritionist, she discovered the hidden sugars were likely the culprit. Pat switched to fresh fruits and unsweetened canned fruits packed in natural juice. The result? Less soreness, more energy, and improved leg strength. For seniors focused on maintaining strength and mobility, canned fruits and syrup should be avoided. Opt instead for fresh or no sugar added fruit options to support healthier muscles and reduce inflammation naturally. Dates are often considered a healthy, natural alternative to refined sweets. While they do contain fiber, potassium, and antioxidants, their extremely high natural sugar content makes them a risky choice for seniors, especially when it comes to maintaining muscle strength, joint health, and blood sugar control. Just a small handful of dates can contain as much sugar as a candy bar, causing rapid spikes in blood glucose levels. For older adults, these spikes can trigger insulin resistance over time, increase inflammation in the body, and contribute to joint pain and muscle fatigue. Although dates are natural, their sugar density is problematic, particularly for those managing diabetes, prediabetes, or struggling with energy crashes. The inflammatory response that follows frequent sugar surges can damage joints and hinder muscle recovery, making it harder to stay mobile and active. Ellie, a 72-year-old retired accountant from Chicago, loved eating dates with her morning tea. However, she began experiencing joint stiffness, muscle cramps, and low energy throughout the day. After consulting with her doctor, she was advised to cut back on dates and replace them with lower sugar fruits like apples, pears, and plums. The result was a noticeable improvement in her energy levels, reduced soreness, and better blood sugar control. While dates may be natural, they are far from harmless. For seniors aiming to preserve strength and stability, choosing lower glycemic, fiber-rich fruits can make all the difference in managing inflammation and avoiding muscle loss. Sweetened dried fruits like raisins, cranberries, and dried apricots may appear to be a wholesome snack, but for seniors, they can be deceptively harmful. These products contain 2 layers of sugar risk. They are naturally high in sugar due to water removal during drying, and they are often coated in added sugars or syrups to enhance flavor. This sugar concentration makes them one of the most glycemic and inflammatory snacks in a senior's pantry. Regular consumption of sweetened dried fruits can lead to chronic blood sugar spikes, insulin resistance, and persistent low-grade inflammation. For older adults, this means quicker fatigue, muscle soreness, slower recovery after activity, and a greater risk of muscle loss over time. Inflammation from excess sugar intake also worsens joint stiffness and can contribute to long-term mobility issues. Barb, a 69-year-old retired social worker from Boston, enjoyed snacking on sweetened dried cranberries during the day. Over time, she began to feel more sluggish, sore, and less energetic after walks. After reviewing her diet with her healthcare provider, Barb learned that her dried fruit habit was likely fueling her symptoms. She switched to fresh fruits and unsweetened dried fruits instead. Within weeks, she noticed improved energy, better muscle recovery, and less joint discomfort. For seniors, avoiding added sugars, especially in dried fruits, is essential. Choosing unsweetened or fresh alternatives supports stable blood sugar, reduced inflammation, and stronger muscles for healthy aging. Everyday fruits may seem harmless, but as we've seen, some popular choices can quietly erode your muscle strength, joint comfort, and energy levels, especially after age 60. High sugar, high glycemic fruits like grapes, mangoes, bananas, and sweetened dried fruits can cause repeated blood sugar spikes, increase inflammation, and make it harder for your muscles to recover and stay strong. Over time, this weakens your legs, reduces mobility, and increases the risk of falls and fatigue. The good news? You don't need to give up fruit, you just need to choose smarter. By switching to low glycemic, antioxidant-rich fruits like berries, apples, pears, plums, and avocados, you can protect your muscle health, reduce inflammation, and experience more stable energy throughout the day. These fruits support healthy aging, nourish your joints, and help you stay active and independent for longer. If this video helped you rethink your fruit choices, share it with someone you care about. Your simple decision to swap one fruit for another could make a big difference in how you move, feel, and recover. Tell us in the comments. Which fruit will you be replacing starting today? And don't forget to subscribe to Health is Gold for more practical tips on how to eat well, move freely, and live fully after 60. Because aging well isn't about restriction, it's about making smarter, more empowering choices, one bite at a time.